took a different route straight up slope.
Okay, you can do your thing.
Alrighty. Bridge nav.
What was that? Trail of a fish.
30 meters, 085.
My video is freezing a bit, so
I'm gonna spin around now, Bob.
Yeah.
You're coming up underneath.
Okay.
Another cat shark.
my video is periodically freezing, so
Where are we going?
that's why I'm
085.
not keeping up with.
We're going to follow this ridge line here to the east and then up
Yeah.
upslope a little bit. We're looking for a ridge line, but we're not sure if there is one.
What are you looking for?
A ridge line.
Oh.
But
That's not it.
not looking promising.
You could, it's 15 meters per division. That's all right.
Not targeted and Argus is gone now, so definitely moved away from it, but weird shape.
Di, do you think this is a good place to start a transect if we're just kind of moving fairly constant speed?
Well, the visibility isn't great. We could start one as we make our way. It wouldn't be a bad idea. That we can see. I was hoping the visibility might improve a bit before we started.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and do one since we're in transit anyway, and if it's usable, we'll use it. If not, no harm done.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So science, we've got 17 meters left in the ship step. We can complete that and then start a transect, or we can stop now and start from here.
I'm sorry, what did you say? 17 meters left to what?
Till the ship stops moving again. So we can complete that step, that ship move, or we can stop here and start the transect from here.
You can wait till the ship stops, whichever works best. I don't have a preference either way.
Okay, Roger. We're almost complete with this stop, and then we can start a transect. Do we want to head on the same heading, kind of northeast, or would you prefer a different heading to start the transect?
I think the same heading, and is it possible to get at least a little closer to the bottom to improve the view a bit?
What's that?
So, Bob, we're going to set up for a transect.
Yeah.
And Science is wondering if we can get a little closer to the bottom for the transect.
Okay.
Perfect. We're going to set it up in about 7 meters when the ship stops.
Roger that.
So Science, are we looking for a direct east heading then?
Yeah, I think that's fine. Northeast to east is, I'm hoping that we'll hit some kind of ridge or increase in slope in that direction. So whatever direction we want to head to get there is just fine with me.
Roger. Okay, a little slight northeast then. And distance, are we looking for What distance of
Yeah.
a transect?
A minimum of 200 meters, and we'd like the speed to be 0.3 to 0.5 knots if possible.
Roger. We've been going 0.3. Would you like
Can
to
you
maintain
zoom in
that
on
speed?
that, Al?
That's fine.
I mean, not zoom only in, sorry. Just to pass the junk.
Camera angle is good, looks good.
Bob, we'll call that the junk zoom from now on.
Yeah, junk zoom.
That was a long spine forwarding head, I think. And I think we have a windshield in the foreground on the bottom. I'm not sure what that is in the foreground on the bottom.
Little hagfish?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is now
And
that I'm getting
squid?
closer. Hagfish have, there was a market for hagfish at one time, commercial market, to make eel skin wallets. I actually have one.
Oh, wow.
Think of squid. Oh, they just caught a fish. Yeah. Predation event.
I'm really having a hard time hearing here. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like you're on the other side of the room. I don't know.
I can hear a kind of a hum.
I don't hear the hum, I hear a clicking.
Nope. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a systematic way we could go through to identify?
Yeah, it sounds like you're across the room. Are you like close to your microphone or?
When I'm talking?
Yeah. It's like
sound,
you're across the room talking at us.
Yeah, it does sound that way.
Oh, okay. Well, no, the mic's like right in front. I'm holding it on my headset.
So you're
I don't
using
have a headset, actually.
You're using a
I'm
headset.
using a, yeah.
Okay, how far is the microphone, would you
Not-
say, from your lips?
Well, right now it's about 3 inches from my lips.
It should be more like an inch. What I tell
Oh,
everyone here
okay.
on Nautilus is we have low gain mics, and everyone should have their mic about a finger width away from their lips.
Yeah, you should be
That's
almost
good.
swallowing it.
Yeah, I drive Bob crazy with this.
Is this any better?
Oh, no, that's actually worse. I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
Okay.
It could be your microphone probably has a windscreen on it, a little sock, sponge, and it could be twisted up, down, or away from your lips, too.
I have a theory. The same thing that happened with Amity. She had her headset plugged in, but it didn't matter where she put it because that was not enabled. It was just her laptop mic, and we're hearing a lot of the ambient sounds, and the keyboard clicking is really loud, which indicates to me it's actually the laptop mic that's active, not her headset.
I'm with Chad. That sounds good.
I will check that. I will check that. Okay, I'm going to mute.
Roger. Are we okay to start this transect when the ship gets settled?
Yes.
Roger, thanks. Bridge nav. (200 meters, 085, 0.3 knots. (200 meters, bearing 085, 0.3 knots.
I can hear typing.
Yeah, me too.
So 200 meter transect 085.
085.
What was that?
085.
085. I. Oh. We are going to I, actually. That's correct. AI.
Doversol to start us off.
So shoreside, just to confirm, you want to start the transect when we're visibly moving across the seafloor, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. So I think that
Yeah.
maybe it might be best for us to count it down so we can give you the exact time. Sound good, Nev? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Because it takes a
Roger.
while for the ship to get noticeably moving.
Not as much at this depth as the other day.
Yeah. The move has started.
The move has started?
Move has started.
Well, we haven't started moving yet.
Ship move has started. But Steve, you're saying when Herc starts moving is when we
I
flag
think
it?
what they want is when Herc starts moving.
Roger.
Yeah.
So, but at a constant rate, not, right?
Yeah.
I think Argus is starting to move now.
And this, you just have one big move, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
How big is the move?
200 meters.
Perfect.
We can add on when we get to the end if we want. But
Well, probably just to keep it smooth, just, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't anticipate any obstacles here.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
I mean, that fish is pretty menacing, but I think we can get past him.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to start going.
All right.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it in auto XY.
Steve, let me
All
know
right.
when you're thinking.
Yeah, let's start it.
Roger. Dropping a target.
And we want to keep within a couple meters maximum.
Yeah, I know.
Transect 1B.
Okay, let's see here. Step 200. I'm just going for it here.
What's the ship speed, Sam?
0.3.
Got it.
Yeah, we're still getting a lot of background noise here on Nautilus. Typing, moving. What about, oh, hold on.
What if you touch something up there? Huh. Well, if you're messing with electricity over there, don't be touching me.
Got another cat shark, hagfish, thorny heads. See if we can ID the cat shark. Lots of Dover sole. A lot of mud. So Di is just checking her settings. She's currently muted, but she is listening in. Another little thorny head. So Tom Lyday, the fish expert at the Southwest Fisheries Science Centre, is chiming in that some of those mid-water fish that we're seeing look like something called smooth tongues. A new one to me.
I don't think we have to ask how it got that name.
Someone got up very close and personal. Bunny head. It is one of the difficulties when identifying things from imagery when it relies on looking at features, you know, like how many gill rakers or fin spines a particular species has. Oh, seeing some holothurians, the sea cucumbers. Another Dover sole. I was watching along one of your previous dives in Monterey, and you're coming across some amazing high densities of Dover soles. Keep our eyes out for anything similar here. Oh, is that one of those pineapple siphonophores?
Sure looked like it, but I haven't heard pineapple siphonophore. That's a much
Am
more
I calling
exciting
it
name.
the wrong thing? You know, the ones that are kind of anchored to the ground and
Yeah.
move around, look like hot air balloons.
Oh, like the dandelions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like pineapples though. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That was a tough one.
I would not record that because I don't know if that just came out.
It looked like it, but I've never seen them on soft sediment. Usually
Yeah.
anchored to rock.
We've got some good thorny head backs from Tom. So when they're juveniles, they're actually kind of a darker grey colour than the red of the adults. So we've been seeing quite a few juvenile thorny heads.
Well, I was checking out the lighting here. Sorry. I tried to turn it right back on, but the touchscreen's got slow response, so it like end up double clicking it. I was trying to see if we could do something about the sort of darkness there, right? Yeah.
We've been seeing several of these shallow pits. Two just went off frame on the left. I wonder if these are bioturbations or kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. Which reminds me as well, I think we are going to try and take some opportunistic sediment cores on this dive.
Roger.
Yes, that is correct.
Hey, Sam, for us non-scientists, bioturbation, is that a creature making a mess in the water column?
That's it.
Okay.
Perfect definition. Yeah, usually where an animal has created a home or has gone after something in the sediment for food or has left some sort of trail. Fancy way of saying animal tracks. Vocab for the day. Vocab for the transact, we'll say.
So if I make a mess in my room,
Bioturbation.
I call it bioturbation. It's technically not a mess. It's just
Clean up your bioturbation.
Let us know how that works.
God, I wish I had thought of that a long time ago when my daughter was little. It would have been so much fun.
Yeah, like those holes right here.
kids listening
Yeah,
at
there's
home.
quite
That's
a
not a
few.
valid definition for not cleaning your room.
It's I'm in my natural habitat.
It's a great word, but it is not appropriate.
You still have to clean your room. Alex, my daughter, you're listening. I know you are. Clean your room.
So anyone joining us, we're in Channel Islands National Marine Sanctuary. We are currently exploring at about 600 meters depth. We are working our way east, and we're going to try and stay quite deep to be on the lookout for some hard substrate to sample benthic invertebrates, so corals and sponges. This is an area that we have not surveyed at these depths before, so we're quite excited to see what we find.
And we have about 87 meters left of that transect.
Thanks for that, Sam. That's helpful.
Hmm.
Oh, look at that. Is that prostrate cnidarian that Tom was mentioning? Kind of stalk. Look like a jellyfish on a stalk.
It's a solitary hydroid.
Oh, it was quite large.
Yeah.
We can hear you on SPL die. Corey more today, potentially.
Someone, I'm not saying who, we're pointing, someone, I'm not saying who we're pointing any fingers, but still has a mic, I think that's coming from the laptop, because we hear a lot of extraneous noise.
A lot of keyboard clicking going on.
I think I hear an airplane in the background. I'm jealous.
It does sound like an airplane.
Oh, I don't hear the airplane.
Are you sure one of you aren't doing your work from an airplane? Cessna?
Is the airplane gone now?
It is.
Yes.
I think I have noise canceling headphones, and I think that's what that was.
Are they
So
aviation
I've turned
headsets?
that off. Sorry, what's that?
Are they aviation headsets that may cause it? I'm wearing a pair myself.
Comes with their own airplane noise.
Simulation
Oh,
mode.
no, these are just Sony noise canceling headphones from Costco. But good to know that the actual noise canceling mechanism can be picked up over the V-Link. So we learn something new every day.
I was really surprised to hear that with your mics turned off or with talk turned off, you can hear each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Siphonophore and Argus cam. Ooh, long one.
Yeah, I keep thinking those are the tether and
Yeah.
like way out of place.
Or fishing line.
Yeah.
We don't want any of that.
No. Not on our watch. Not on anyone's watch.
We've had enough drama for this cruise.
But here we are, trucking along. Everything's fine.
Knock on wood. Not now, Bob. Oh, hi, Chad. Welcome back.
I was going to say, I'm sitting in the back row. Still trying to avoid touching anything.
That's why I said knock on wood, yeah.
How far have we gone?
We've gone about 150 meters, and we've got 47 left.
After that.
Seeing larger
Same thing.
pits. We have all pits of all sizes,
15.
very small to larger dips.
Man.
That's with everything on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's doing good.
Science, when we finish this transect, how would you like to continue heading to AI?
Lizzie, I think we continue in that direction and see if things change. Would you agree?
You suggest staying in the same direction and see if we encounter a change of slope?
Yeah, how far are we from AI?
We are, so currently we are about 500 meters. And when we finish this transect, we'll be about 460 meters off.
Okay.
Okay. So if it is a ridge, we should be somewhat close. Yeah, if we wanted to head maybe, if we headed a little bit more north on the next ship move, we might need it a little bit faster, or maybe this is the rise that we're on right now as we're approaching. It could be much gentler than I had anticipated.
This is a very good example of why ground truthing is important. The maps look like one thing, and then you get down there, and it looks a lot different.
I was just about to say the same thing. That's a good point, and it's an important part of mapping work and then the ground truthing part to see what's actually there.
What are those contours on HIPAC? 10 meters?
10 meters, that's correct.
So we are getting towards some more narrowly spaced ones. Whether or not they form a ridge or not, I don't know, but
Boy, I'm sure glad we figured out that airplane sound.
is it gone? I never heard it.
Yeah.
Glad it wasn't just me.
So I fiddled with my settings. I changed one thing, and now I can't remember what exactly it was, but let me know if I still sound far away or
You sound pretty good right now.
if there's a feedback coming from, that might be coming from the laptop itself rather than my plug-in headset.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're on your headset, though.
Okay.
There's enough room noise for me to think that it's not a headset. But we don't...
If you type something, Di, that's usually the easiest way.
To check.
Look, yeah, if you tap on the headset, you don't hear it, then, and vice versa. Tap on the laptop, microphone. You know where it is.
Oh, good. Okay, so I'm tapping on the mic that's in front of my mouth.
Uh-oh, we don't hear anything.
Yeah, we hear nothing.
Okay, well, that's a good test. It's funny because...
It sounds like it's your laptop's microphone that's working right now.
Okay.
Science, we have 5 meters left of this transect. Once we get there, we will... Would you like to continue on this heading or bump it slightly north?
I'd say why don't we bump it slightly north?
Okay. Slightly more northeast.
And then we'll want to travel at least 100 meters before we start another transect.
Roger.
That microphone setting can exist on your laptop and also, I believe, on V-Link. I don't get to play with V-Link much. I just talk everyone through it.
That line on the ground there? It doesn't look like...
no, I don't think so.
That might be seagrass.
Yeah.
Or eelgrass.
Science, at the end of this transect, do you want to stop and look around or just keep moving?
I'm open.
Any seconds? We stop?
Yeah, put down the marker when you're ready, and I'll log it.
Roger. 2 meters off.
Those little bentacodon jellies.
So,
Ton of them, yeah.
Okay, transect complete.
What was the end distance on that, 200?
200.
You didn't reset me, did you? No.
Not during the transect.
Oh, just now, just auto XY just went.
Oh, nope, not me.
Why did it take off like that?
Usually because the navigator resets you, but if you lose Doppler lock, then that can happen, but I don't think we did, so.
Yeah, I haven't touched it since we started. Alrighty, Science, you want to take a look around here or continue on?
I think continue on maybe.
Yeah, I think continue as well.
Roger. Bridge, nav.
Hmm.
100 meters, bearing 070.
Are
I
those
can
two
hear you on
different
this whale's
flatfish?
eye, but I think these are more dovers.
Bob, now I'm thinking, should we reset this?
Yeah, go for it.
Looks like we're there.
Any chance we can look at the flatfish that's in bubble right now? While we wait.
I'll be putting up fish in bubble. Brown.
Well, I'm zooming in on zoom in.
Zoom in. I love how smooth that sled is.
So we're shallower, so the pan and tilt is sensitive to depth because it's hydraulically driven.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So when you're deeper, is it more easier to be?
So the problem is that you have to guesstimate when you set it on deck. You have to guesstimate how responsive it's going to be at depth.
Oh, and that changes depending on the dive.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a challenge because if you set it to be too smooth on deck, then it just won't move at all when you get down.
Right.
Ship move started.
And we're only at what, 600 meters?
Yeah, so we're shallow compared to 3,000. So if it's set to, be pretty responsive at depth at 3,000, you go to 600, it's not.
Right.
It's gonna be too snappy, But it's not like there's a knob and you can set it to 4 or something.
Right.
It's like very touchy, like it's a valve a needle valve, and it's like you move it just a tiny fraction and it makes it go from not moving to zipping.
All right, well, good captures.
Right, zooming out then?
Oh,
ship move underway.
Sorry.
Do you want to do captures without lasers?
Yeah, sure, why not? We have a couple seconds.
Yeah, so
Nice,
Tom
we have
Leiter
two dovers.
is saying these are two dovers, and I thought it was interesting how they color morph. At least at some point in the camera, one looked much more brown and muted, and the other one looked a lot brighter. But maybe it's because he's covered with mud.
No, I think they did look different too, and there's a slight size difference. We could be looking at a male and a female, for instance.
Oh. Do
So
most flatfish share like spawning seasons? Because I know we're getting close to that time. Could it be possible that they're gathering?
So from what we know, it would typically be over winter. This is like slightly on the early end, based on what's in the literature. But as I think one of the scientists on the previous cruise said, they could be sort of setting up shop. We don't know a lot about specific mating behavior for these species. A lot of what we do know comes from collecting larvae in the water column. So it's quite neat when you actually do get some images of what they're up to on the bottom. Different species have very different courtship rituals.
Okay. You gotta.
070 is our heading.
Give me a junk zoom.
You got it.
What is that a mess of there?
Seaweed.
Yeah. As long as it's not lying.
Oh, I see it now.
Wasn't Taylor Ann interested in potentially collecting some seaweed and kelp from microplastics?
Can you repeat
I'll
that?
take a look at yeah, Taylor Ann I thought was potentially interested in collecting some seaweed to look at microplastics, but I'm going to go double check her collection requests to see if it's a specific kind of algae or seaweed or if it's maybe just opportunistic.
I know we have gotten some for her already. I'm not sure if we've gotten enough or if there's any other specifics she's looking for.
Yeah, okay.
So Di, I think, is still resolving some technical issues.
Yeah, it sounds like it's improving at times, or she's getting closer to the mic on the laptop. I'm not sure.
Keep wondering if these are slender sole, but I think they're all dovers. Little thorny heads. No sign of hard substrate yet.
Darn. Is it possible to get an estimate of the slope? Like, are we climbing? Does the ROV tell us? Is it? I don't know the terminology. Is it pitch?
In the last 2 minutes, we've climbed about 6 meters in terms of depth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably look at a plot of depth and see it in Grafana.
I have one up right here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you could look at that.
Where is it? So I can put it up
there we
online.
are. Okay, cool.
On this monitor, I'm not sure. It's on the Norbit cam.
It should be in Grafana though, right? Or is it a separate?
I can get that online.
I don't even have control over that monitor. I can just pull it up or not. I think you have the mouse over there. So.
Oh, lovely.
I'll go fish it around.
If you do have the mouse, Sam. Does she?
No, you have control of that. I think that's your monitor left.
Yeah, but who has control of the mouse?
Not me. What about the mouse in front of you?
I think you have to, what's that on?
Norbit.
Norbit? Really? I mean, what is it? There is no Norbit, so.
Yeah.
What's on the Norbit?
The Norbit cam got, or the Norbit screen got repurposed.
Norbit screen is got, but that's just a Grafana thing, right?
Yeah.
Dive data. Yeah. I'd say it's just a Grafana thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I just don't know who is the mouse. I would extend the time history.
Well, that's somebody in the back row has that set up. You're just looking at that computer.
Not looking at anything.
Well,
not it.
The Norbit computer has that plot happening.
No, we got no Norbit computer back here.
All right. Well, we got 5 minutes of depth time history on whatever we do, Chad, don't try to fix it.
Hands off.
Yeah, so we're still around 600 meters. So if we can find a place, I mean, we could take a sediment core here. That might be good to take advantage of the soft substrate while we're on top of it.
Roger. Let us know where you'd like to do that.
Okay.
Well, we're moving right now, so we,
Great, we got
Yeah.
20 meters left.
Yeah.
Thanks. And science, the Herc depth that we're looking at here is available on the Grafana data dashboard, which is available on the Scientist Ashore backend page.
Got it. Okay.
Is that what we see next to the science chat? I've got Herc depth, O2.
I believe so.
Yep.
Paul, is that you're looking at Herc depth, right?
Herc depth
Yeah.
plot, yeah.
Yeah. And then lat and long I'm getting from the quad view at the moment. High pack.
That's correct. Latin long at the top on the sidebar of Hyde Pack is the ship, and then farther down the sidebar is Hercules lat long and Argus lat long.
Okay, fab. Hercules, yeah, got it.
10 meters to complete this move.
so it looks like there's a light on the back of Herc.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Might be a black-tailed snailfish there.
Oh, that was
That was-
cool. I was wondering what
Oh,
the
it's the
Lula one
porch
was.
light shining through one of the holes.
Yeah. I was gonna say maybe Jake mounted his camera too far back.
Oh, we just missed a witch eel. I think
Witch
that might
eel?
have been the very.
Which eel?
I heard you say witch eel. Witch eel?
Oh, I can't go back. It's gonna be too cloudy. We're zipping.
My word.
Too early for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on
I
my
think it was the
KVM when I
very
hit
light
in orbit, I
coloured.
get that screen.
Kind
The
of
scientists have
decapod.
access to that, it sounds like, so it's...
So science, we have completed that ship move. Would you like to take a core here or continue on?
Can we look around for a little bit and see if we can find any drift kelp too? Because we can collect that for Taylor Ann in the slurp.
How about this piece of macrocystis stipe right in front of us?
Is that it? Is that what we've been looking for?
What are we looking for?
We're looking for kelp, but we think this is a piece of kelp stipe
Yeah.
stem right here.
But what are we gonna do with it? I don't want to slurp a long rope that's gonna.
Yeah,
get...
that's kind of long.
Might not be a good one for us.
If we can see anything with some blades, that might be nicer. She just said any drift kelp or algae could be potential vectors for microplastics.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll look.
So okay, we'll skip this one.
We'll look around a little bit then.
Your popcorn done over there, Al?
Getting a little assistance from Ed.
So if you're just joining us, we are on the slope south of Anacapa Island in the Channel Islands National Marine Sanctuary. And we've been in a soft sediment habitat since we descended and hit bottom around, well, we didn't hit bottom, that sounds aggressive. We reached the bottom around 9 a.m. this morning. I want to give like the wrong picture. And we've completed our first quantitative transect, which we'll use to go back later and count the fish that we're seeing. And we've not seen any corals yet, not even sea pins.
I think it is. I can just come up a little bit. I think it'll just work itself out.
Yeah.
But
We just figured out we got no wraps, so we don't want to start putting some in again.
I wonder, I'm curious why we haven't seen sea
Yeah,
pens.
I'm
I
gonna
wonder
hold
if
here
the
and I'll let
sediment
you
is.
drive forward a little bit.
Got a little slope here.
Got a little bit more, yeah, rugosity in the slope.
Hey, maybe this is what I was looking for.
So Steve, what does rugosity mean?
Oh,
In your room, what does rugosity mean?
rugosity is just the texture of the seafloor. So if a bottom is very flat and featureless, it's less rugose, whereas a rocky, bouldery terrain might be more. And these, yeah, it's basically a measure of the texture and shape of the seafloor.
So hardwood versus linoleum versus shag carpet.
Yeah.
Yep. Great.
Or didn't pick up the toys in the laundry from the floor.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also
I do have
How
contributes
many
to
tiles in
rugosity.
your
half
room
a
do you
wrap,
have?
so I could go the other way. I mean, to turn around, I can put a positive half wrap.
So everything in the ocean can be related to
Yeah, if
food
you
or
Right.
dirty room.
Clockwise.
Yeah, so I'll put
Yeah.
it clockwise, so I'll go to a positive instead of a negative.
Yeah.
All right, doing it.
Roger. Science, we're just taking a minute here to unwrap a wrap in the tether. You can see this in Argus cam, just making sure that we're not getting any loops so that that tether is nice and straight during the dive.
It looks like
Yeah.
it just straightened out.
Alright.
I saw it come around.
So that wasn't a wrap, it was just half a wrap in a negative direction. Now we're half a wrap in a positive direction.
Yeah.
So one of the
Yeah,
reasons
you
we're
can
looking
see
for
it's
drift
try and put,
help.
got a little hernia around the
orbit on
daisy chain.
telestrator. I don't know. Let me see.
I'm going to put telestrator on
So
channel
it's
3.
happier now?
I think it'll
Right.
be better if we can pull tight once.
It's got the daisy chain is kind of bridging the gap there, right?
Yeah.
Taylor Ann is looking at microplastics in the deep sea
Okay.
for her
All right.
thesis,
There's a
That should be
jerk,
good.
and she thinks
jerk from her.
that drift kelp might be a vector to bring microplastics into the deep sea.
Yeah, it looks better from what I can see from here.
Remind me what we're doing?
Yeah, we were looking around for potentially kelp or a spot to take a sediment core.
Alright.
Science, do we want to continue doing that or continue on our way to A1 or AI?
I would say we can. Oh, what's that?
Some
Interesting patch of
bacteria
sediment.
in the seafloor up there.
Want to zoom in here, Al?
Yeah, actually, could we do a zoom here?
This looks like somebody was
See if it's
dug in the dirt there.
That wasn't us, eh?
I don't think right here. No, this looks like it's been here a little while. It's just fresh. I don't know.
I can't tell if that's just the surface layer is sloughed off a little bit, exposing the.
Right.
or if it's bacterial mat. Are they little
Well, is that a clam?
clams?
I feel like I saw this.
I think it's a
Oh, yeah,
clam.
maybe.
Yeah,
Here, let me
you can see it.
Yeah.
draw it up there.
Climbing
There.
up.
Come down some.
Yeah.
Gotta find the better. This one. It's been a few days. It's been a few days.
Touch
Zoom
screens are
in
hard.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
I guess
I think that's a clam, but is it alive? It looks alive to me.
I feel like
It
I saw
is,
its
it
valve
just
closed.
Yeah.
It's closed.
There we are.
I'm going to put this up on Sat 3. Don't need to.
You come down
So
more.
we're interested in this.
Getting yanked around.
It's
I think Nancy was more interested in sediment cores around deep sea corals and sponges, correct? I know they do
Yeah.
find the seeps into. Oh, and we're seeing a little cloud coming out of the sediment there.
Yeah, I
Maybe a
know
little
one of
seepage.
objectives was to get a scoop of clams. I don't know if this is enough of a patch.
For Nancy for USGS?
I'm just going through the. So I know for Nancy, for the isotopes, it was, yes, near corals and sponges was the priority. But I do remember reading about taking.
I feel like we might probably will come across more of these too. And one of the other dives that we've done here in previous years, we came across a much larger microbial mat and seep looking area. So we can hope that we run into one of these again. This one is pretty small.
Can you tilt up, Bob? See if there's any more live here. Yeah, it looks like there's a couple more live. You got one, two, three possible live clams. At least that I can see.
Yeah, I'll make a note of it, but from our sampling protocols and our plans that we've talked about, I don't recall getting a specific request for seeps. Do we have any? I don't see anyone on the science chat either necessarily requesting something.
No.
So.
No, I think you're right. I've just been going back through and double checking, and.
Thanks, Abby.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't recall any seep requests here on the ship. So.
Yeah, we can if we were to get a request in the science chat, but since we're not, I think we can just take a note of this and then we can move on.
We do a zoom out shot. So the whole thing is probably about maybe half a meter, a little bit more than half a meter wide. So. All right, good captures, ready to move on.
Zooming out, Bob.
Thanks, everyone.
Science, keep looking around here or continue on?
Lizzie, do you still want to take a call or wait till we find some kelp?
I think if we can find some kelp, it might be cool to do to slurp the kelp and then maybe go a little bit further away and get a sediment core.
Would you like to keep looking here or continue on?
We can continue on moving towards AI and keep an eye out.
Roger. Bridge nav. (100 meters, bearing 070).
So for anyone watching along and wondering why we're interested in a kind of grey patch of mud, it's because those bacterial mats can be a sign of venting of methane. There are bacteria that can feed off that methane, and they sometimes support their own little ecosystem, so things like clams as well. So they're fueled by methane rather than sunlight, called chemosynthetic communities. And all up and down the west coast, you have these kind of cold seeps. So unlike the big hydrothermal vents that form these great big smoking chimneys, these are much more discreet. And looking for things like bacterial mats or clams or tube worms can give you an indication that those seeps are present